Hey guys, welcome back to Time Machine Scale Models. Well, the other day, Spotlight Hobbies put out the word that they received their shipment of the 71 Dodge Demon. So of course I had to run over there and I had to grab me one. So we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing. I'm going to let you know right now, this is take two. I had filmed the whole unboxing yesterday and I ended up scrapping it for whatever reason. I just didn't like the way the video turned out. So we're going to do take two here. And you'll know that the box is open, the bags are open, but we're going to go through it anyway, and I'm going to show you what we got here. So if you want to see that, stick around. Alright, before we open her up, let's take a look at the box art. Obviously you have the retro Dodge Demon box art on the top, and then we have side panel here. Build one of two hot versions, stock or drag, and they're showing the drag version here. It comes with a shifter, 340 4-barrel, rear view mirror, side view mirror, roll cage, bucket seats, stock tires, drag slicks, and plated wheels. Go to the other side panel over here, and this is the Wild Little Demon loaded with performance parts, chrome parts, and giant demon decal. Custom steering wheel, hood scoops, rear spoiler, and that decal sheet that will go through it when we get the box open. Alright, so let's get this top off. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the body first. We've been waiting on this Demon for a really long time, so I'm pleased to see that it looks pretty clean. Other than a couple mode lines up here on the C-pillars, which is typical, it doesn't look too bad. A little bit of cleanup up here. That's about it. Got those infamous Demon taillights. Pretty rad. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story on the Dodge Demon, but back in the 70s, Chrysler came under fire for the name Demon. So some groups did not like the name, and they pressured Chrysler into changing the name, and Chrysler bowed to that pressure, and they changed the name on the Dodge Demon to the Dodge Dart Sport. And back in the 90s, I actually had a 75 Dodge Dart Sport. It was blue with a black stripe down the side. Pretty good little car. I bought it with a locked up 318. I was able to get that engine to turn over and fire eventually, and it was a pretty good car. I had that car for a little while before I sold it. But yeah, the body looks pretty good. It's not twisted, warped, or anything, so good platform to work from. Let's take a look in this bag. Look at these trees. First we have the rear end housing and the exhaust. I'm not a fan of it being molded together, but it is what it is. We'll make it work. On this tree we have the water pump, we have the fan belt and pulleys, wheel rings, the fan, exhaust manifolds, part of that roll cage, valve covers, the pins for the wheels, and trailing arms back here. So far the parts look pretty clean. They don't look like they have a bunch of flash all over them, so that's a good thing. So we have the exhaust here, a couple of seat backs, the hood scoops, and then this is the rear spoiler. Looks pretty good. On this tree, we have the engine block halves, we have the front valance, core support with the radiator, and the firewall, and the main hoop of the roll cage right here. Alright, so we'll get to this bag here. Let's take a look at this chassis. I know a lot of people have been talking about this chassis. They're a little bit disappointed because it has a molded in drive shaft. And to be honest with you, I am too. And I wish that the front clip here was like the 71 Duster, where you glue this onto the chassis, the main chassis. But it is what it is. We'll be able to work with it. What I intend on doing is I'm just going to grind this out. Now you'll end up having to fill it because it's molded like this, so it's hollow in there. So when you grind this out, you'll be left with a thin line that goes down that'll need to be filled. So whether you use putty, sprue glue, or CA glue and activator with some baking soda or whatever, you'll be able to fill that in easy. You'll be able to sand that and then use a different drive shaft for it. But it's not too bad. At least the rear end is not molded in and all that other stuff. You know, the exhaust molded into the chassis. I really hate that. It's been said, though, I will tell you, and I do have one here, and I did mock it up, that the 71 Duster chassis will fit underneath this body. And it does. You might have to make a couple modifications, but yeah, you can make it work. So if you would rather use a 71 Duster chassis underneath it, yeah, I'm sure you'd be happy with that. So we got the hood here. Looks pretty good, clean. Have your interior tub. Makes it a little bit harder to detail, but we'll get her done. Your front buckets, your dash. Over here, we have some wheel backs, intake, your steering wheel, steering column, your heads, oil pan, your alternator, your starter, your carburetor, battery, etc. And look at that tiny distributor. That's so little. Look how little that is. Can you see that? That's so tiny. There's your master cylinder here, brake booster. Well, master cylinder, not brake booster. Alright, so obviously, let's look at the chrome tree here. Oh, and here is the front grille. And I like the fact that the headlights are not molded into the grille on this. This, you can do what you want here. Obviously, you'd probably have clear parts to glue in here, but once you paint this and everything, you can use jewels or something like that. Stick them in here and stuff for headlights. Or just paint them silver and use the stock headlights. Clear parts, there's the headlights. And then you have your tail lights. These are the backup lights here. The two backup lights. And you have your clear red parts for the turn signals here. And your rear and side glass. And then your windshield. We don't open that, you know that. And then your wheels. You have your stock wheels, and then your custom wheels, and then your rear bumper, your front bumper, your side mirrors, and your interior mirror here. Alright. Tires. Let's look at tires. Obviously, you got pad printed stock tires are Firestone wide ovals, and then you have some drag slicks too that are pad printed. Firestone. What does that say? Drag 500. Firestone Drag 500s. So pretty cool. Let's take a look at this decal sheet. Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't have the white hood stripes. I mean, you have your white and black side stripes, and then your tail panel also has a white and black option. But for the cowl panel and the hood, you only have black. There's no white option. I'm kind of disappointed in that, but it is what it is. And you have your instrument panel here for your dash, gauges and stuff like that, and then all your other decals that you need, plus a lot of other contingency decals. So it looks pretty good. Obviously, not all of these will make it onto the car when I build it, but there's plenty that will. Alright, so let's put this back in its bag so that it doesn't get ruined. As I said earlier, if you've been in the modeling community for any length of time, you know how long we've been waiting for this. And I actually have a 71 Duster parts kit that I have had for quite a long time, and the chassis and stuff like that. I could use the chassis underneath this, but I'm going to do like I said. I'm just going to grind out that drive shaft, fill it in, and either make my own or use another one from another parts kit. But I've been keeping the 71 Duster around for quite some time because I also have, I believe it's an LA Dart, I'm not sure, an older edition of the LA Dart, and it's just a couple of bodies that I have and parts and pieces from them. And what I was going to do was I was going to cut off the whole front clip of the Duster body, and I was going to put the front clip of the Dodge Dart onto it and make my own Demon. Obviously, I would have had to make some adjustments like taillights and stuff like that and everything. But it would have worked out pretty good. But I don't have to do that anymore because MPC Round 2 has released the 71 Dodge Demon. And I'm pretty happy about that. You should be too. Alright guys, tell me if you're going to pick up a Dodge Demon. And let me know what you're going to do to yours when you do get it. That's all I got for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Alright, happy modeling. Thanks for watching.